Making small adjustments in your prompts to an AI model can cause huge differences in the output that you get. So in this video, you're gonna learn the different prompting techniques to get the highest quality output. By the end of this video, you're gonna put all of that together and build a dynamic prompt in an interactive prompting tool. With that being said, I'm really excited and I hope you are too. Let's get into it. All right, so all of this code that I'm about to show you here is going to be provided in the description below. So make sure to download it and follow along with me. So throughout this video, I'm going to be tweaking only this user prompt. So right now it's really simple. It just says, explain what a Python list is. And then the whole model is going to provide beginners with support in this language. So let's get started with running the code first. I'm going to first activate the virtual environment so I get access to these packages. So I'm going to do that really quick. Now we're in the virtual environment, as you can see here, and then I'm ready to run it. So I'm going to say Python and then the name of the file. All right, so the program just finished running and we can see here that we have a print statement that's the starter prompt. And then the next print statement, which is this one, handles displaying the text content of the model's output. And so we can see here, if I expand this, it says, it gives us a really nice description of a Python list. And it's really nice because this was a very basic user prompt that we fed the model. So now we're going to do a lot more advanced things with this. So let's move on to the first prompting technique, which is giving it clear instructions and a goal. It's really important to be more specific in our user prompt because the more specific our prompt is, the more tailored our output is going to be. So we're going to update the user prompt by saying user prompt is equal to, and then we're going to provide more context to who the user is. So we'll say, I am someone who has never coded before. Please explain what a Python list is and use 3 different analogies to help my understanding. It's a really good idea whenever you prompt something to a model, provide some context of who the model is talking to. And so in this case, I said, I'm someone who has never coded before. So that way the model knows, okay, the audience that I'm reaching out to right now is someone who has no prior experience in coding. It's going to make it slightly more tailored so that the output is more beginner friendly. And we even said over here, use 3 different analogies to help my understanding. So we're providing it with a clear audience and a clear goal. So when it comes to printing out the model's response, we can just copy and paste whatever we said in the starter prompt, put it in here, and then change this to method 1 and then clear instructions and goal. Then I'm also going to do some more formatting things to make it the output look neater. All right, so I'm going to run that by saying Python and the name of the file. Okay, so the program just finished running and we can see that we got the response for the starter prompt and we also got the model's response for this prompting technique that we just implemented, which is providing the clear audience and goal. So it says absolutely, and then it gives an analogy and it gives 3 more analogies like I specified in the user prompt. You can kind of see where this is going. We're just tweaking the prompt and giving it specific details so that we get the answer that we want. So with that being said, let's move on to the next one, and that is using a specific tone. So for this one, we're basically adding an extra sentence at the very end of the user prompt, specifying the tone that we want the model to print the response in. For this one, I'm just gonna copy the starter prompt that we have up here, and then I'm just gonna add, please use a friendly and encouraging tone. Then I'm gonna copy this like I did before, and let's see what it looks like. There's a lot of different tones you can play around with. I'm just sticking with this one. Okay, if you look at the response for that technique, we can see it's pretty similar to what we got in the first technique, but this one is a little bit more encouraging, I guess, because you got these emojis over here and down here. If you want the model to have it say something a certain way, then you just specify the tone like this. All right, the third technique is specifying the format. And this is really important because if we don't explicitly state how we want the LLM to say something, then it's going to assume our intentions using general patterns. And this is something that we don't want because we're just going to end up getting a very generic answer. So the more constraints that we specify, the better the output is going to be. Okay, so I already typed this before, but I'm just going to paste it here to save time because it is a longer prompt. So this prompt that we're feeding to the model is going to list 3 things that we want from the response. So this is a really good prompt because we're being very clear in how we want our response to be formatted. And so I'm just going to, again, I'm going to paste in the openai.chat.completions.create, and I'm going to copy in these print statements, and I'm going to change this up, and let me run that in the terminal. All right, so the program finished running, and you can see here that it's a lot shorter because we told the model to only have the output be in these 3 different sections. So we have the simple 1-sentence definition, we have the example, and then we have the 1-sentence explanation of the example. Okay, the last technique that I want to talk about is called one-shot prompting. And this is where we provide one concrete example of what an expected input and output of the model should look like. So this is a little bit different. I'm going to paste it because I wrote this down before. It's a little bit different from the previous technique because in the previous technique, we specified how we want our answer to be structured. So in that case, the LLM is learning from the syntax. But in this case, in this one-shot prompting, the LLM is learning from the pattern that we give it. It's a subtle difference, and it's important to know. So we can see here that we're giving it input, and then we're providing with an expected output, and then we're giving it a question, and then we want it to have the same structure as the one we just gave it. I hope this makes sense because this is one of the more complex one, I'd say, and let's see what that gives us. All right, so the program just finished running, and we can see here that's pretty similar to this one, the previous technique, but in this technique, it gives us the output in the exact same way that we provided the input. All right, now we're going to take everything we've learned from the previous prompting techniques and put it all together into a dynamic prompt. So I'm going to have 3 different variables. The first one's going to be the audience. Second one's going to be the tone. And the third one is going to be the format instructions. And the way we're going to do this is that we're going to use something called an F string. So let me just fill out these variables first, like that. So we're going to pass in these 3 variables into our prompt. And there's one other variable I forgot to mention. It's the topic, and our topic is going to be Python lists. So now we're going to create the user prompt using all of the variables that we made. We can add an F string by putting an F and then building out the string from there. So now whenever we want to pass in these variables into our prompt, we wrap it around curly braces. So let me just show you what that looks like. So let's say we're going to explain, and then we're going to explain the topic to our audience. And we're going to tell it to say, please respond in this tone. So whatever you see within these curly braces is what's going to be passed in. So in this case, we have our topic variable. So the Python list is going to be passed into that prompt. And same goes with the other variables. And then we're also going to tell it to format the answer like this. And then we pass in the format instructions. So now that we have our user prompt built out, we're ready to make the API call, and then we're going to print the output of whatever the model displays. So let me do these print statements. The reason why this is dynamic is because we can change this. We can change any of these variables to a different value, and the model will still be able to give you an answer. So if we run that, then you'll see if we scroll all the way down below over to our dynamic prompt, we can see that the model gives us an output in the friendly and encouraging tone, and it also formatted in the way that we specified. So it's got the topic right, it's got the tone right, it's got the audience right, and it's got the format instructions right. So it's really cool how we're able to pass in these variables into our prompt. And I'm going to show you one more thing that is going to make this whole program more interactive. Okay, the way we're going to do this is with input statements. So I'm going to copy the variables we just created and paste it down below. And what we're building here is an interactive prompting tool that's going to ask the user for specific details, and then based on the details that the user prompts or the user feeds in, the model is going to tailor its answer based on that. We're going to tweak the topic and the tone. So we're going to say, instead of Python list, I'm going to say input, and then I'm going to say, what Python topic are you interested in learning? And then for the tone, I'll say input, and then which kind of tone is best suited for your learning? Something like that. And then I'll say, in parentheses, I'll pass in friendly, professional, etc. Those are the only tweaks we need to make this program interactive. Because once you get this input statement in, it's going to enable the user to be able to pass in their own details. So I'm going to, again, do the response variable with the OpenAI.chat.completions.create API call, and then we're going to do the print statements again, and we have all these print statements to make the output look a little bit neater. I'm also going to copy the user prompt from previously, and then we're going to paste it down over here because we want to make sure to update the user prompt to give the model the new user prompt based on the new topic variable and the new tone variable. I'm also going to move these print statements over here right before the input statements that we're going to get. This is going to make more sense once you see the actual output. So let me do some more formattings like this, and now that should be good to go. So we're basically taking the topic, taking the tone from the users, and then the audience and the format instructions stay the same. Let's run that. All right, here we go. So it finished running, and we can see here we have the interactive prompting tool, and it's going to ask us what Python topic are we interested in learning. So let's say for loops. And let's say that we want a more professional tone that's better suited for our learning. So now it's going to think about these two inputs that we gave the program. The model is going to take in those our two inputs, as well as the audience variable and the format instructions variable, to give us this nice output that we see over here. So it says a for loop is a way to repeat a block of code multiple times, gives us the example code, as well as giving us a one-sentence explanation of this example. So to sum everything up, we talked about 4 different prompting techniques. The first one was providing clear instructions and a goal. The second one was giving specific tone. The third one was giving it specific format so that the model can follow an explicit set of rules. And the fourth one was called one-shot prompting, where we give it an expected input and output for the LLM to learn from. And then we also built a dynamic prompt where we use f-strings to be able to take in the values of the variable and pass it as our user prompt so that the model can process it. And then in the very end, we made this interactive prompting tools that takes in our user input for the topic and the tone variables. So that was a lot of information, and I know that it might have been overwhelming. So if you have any questions on this content, I've provided cheat sheets and guided notes in the description below, and make sure to watch the previous video in this playlist if you're confused on some of the code that I copied and pasted, but I didn't really explain as much in depth, such as this block of code over here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you found it helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps support the channel. If you haven't watched the first video in this playlist, then you can check it out over here. If you want to see the next video in this playlist, you can check it out over here. If it's not out though, then make sure to stay tuned for that one.